Greetings, I'm Les.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play an instrument together. Woo! Play me like you do, Zaza, play me like you do. Yes! Alright, so we've got a few stories to do, and I think we're kind of just going to do these in short episodes because exposure and the algorithm, etc.
Yep.
And we're just going to go through all of these, and it's going to be awesome. So we are on Jillian.
Oh, we don't have any extra scenes.
Oh, there's no extra scenes.
Maybe we will make these short anyway because they might not have any extra scenes.
What if they don't have any more scenes? It's just the rap. It's okay.
That's
18
okay.
years old, instrument played the piano. We are 5'6". Everybody in this game is taller than me. Everyone. Jillian is the club president of the music club for amateurs. She can be very strict and bossy, which made her lose her friends. It won't happen with her new friends. Right? I'm sensing character arc. So much character arc here.
I'm actually really excited. So it's one of those things like sometimes it's very difficult where you're like, God, I don't trust the writer. But sometimes, because honestly, unfortunately, and I will say this, is there's a lot of young adult writers and there's just a lot of writers in general who are like, I'm setting up this crappy character that you go, okay, so your character point is going to be that you're going to grow as a person.
And become more
and
accessible.
Acknowledge your mistakes and grow, right?
And then they don't.
Or they will become worse because not all character development, even though this might be controversial, is really, they might not be positive.
Right.
Which is really funny for some people. They're like, but it should be positive. You're like, it doesn't have to be.
But so far, I really trust this author, and I'm excited to see like what it is. Like, I've liked what they've done so far.
Right.
All right, September. Are there any other bonus scenes?
No.
Oh, this might be the end of it. This might be our last episode. Age, 18 years. Instrument played, the violin. No extra scene. Smartest of her class and
super short.
Brilliant math student. But she is actually small. That's much closer to my size. On the other hand, I'm just like, but despite this, she just can't figure out what the new guy wants from her. Maybe he just needs some help in school. That's adorable.
That's
She's like,
very
I
cute.
am the oblivious one. He's like, I adore you. She's like, huh? Except for he's also supposed to be challenging to express himself.
You know what I like though? So this could go one of two ways. So I have some criticisms in regards to romance tropes and whatever not, but that's just sort of in general where a lot of people do basically a lot of care taking for their partners, and that tends to be landed really heavily on the female aligned characters, or the ones who are identified as women socially. Yes. So I always get really frustrated at seeing a lot of that. So I'm really hopeful this doesn't turn into
her taking care of him a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I'm actually expecting more of Jillian and Principal to do that based on the setup, where if he is doing things that are confusing or mystifying or what might be coded as immature, since he is not a mature human, he's a mature violin.
Right.
I was gonna say that
is he mature? I don't even know. How do we even mature instruments?
I assume that once your instrument is fully ready to play and broken in, it's mature.
Okay, that's
like I would just say like if it needs breaking in or handling, then it's mature once that's done.
All right.
That would be my theory on the thing. Anyway, so I would say that they should handle that more, or I would expect from the setup that they would handle it more.
Right.
What else have we got?
All right, and then we have Sally Summer. She's 18 years old. She's 5.4 feet. She played the glockenspiel.
But she doesn't anymore because too shy. Oh, I mean,
she is. She's very shy and barely talks.
She's very shy, barely talks, and I love that all of her text is tiny. That makes me so happy.
It's
itty bitty. Like her just going, hi. But now that this new guy started talking to her, she can't hide her joy. Are her eyes enough for him to know she's interested? So their first interaction, if you haven't seen the episode, was super, super cute. It was in one of the bonus scenes.
Right.
And
so good.
He's like, oh my god, she hated me. And Jillian's like, no, it's fine. And he's a mess.
Kill me!
He's destroyed. But she responded fairly positively to him, just very quiet and very shy. And I love the fact that forever I'm just like, you're dressed like a pack of Starbursts. I love it.
She really is.
Like just
she looks like a food.
She does. She's a very food.
She's very food.
Very beautifully food. All right. ADEN Ferguson, 18 years. Instrument played, the drums. She's 5'9", a little bit taller. No extra scene. No. ADEN has always been teased for her length and geeky interest.
Yes.
Her length. She's the gangly one. But this new guy is very nice to her. Or is he on the joke? Oh no, she's afraid he's gonna bully her and tease her.
Oh no.
Oh no, that would be so sad. Well, he's not going to. But still, that would be hard from her position. And that's one of the things that's important to do is identify it from the character's position. Because a lot of times we get really defensive and go, no, but he's not doing that. And the thing is when you look at a lot of stories from the position of the person that's not the one you're sympathizing with, but the one who's having stuff you basically enacted towards them, a lot of it looks super weird.
Yes.
Like a lot of people forget to write that character's perspective really thoughtfully or really accessibly, or honestly in like sort of like tropes of like stalking for love or things like that,
right?
Where there is, you know, or some of the old romance movies where it's really popular. Was it like Say Anything? Yeah, Say Anything. Where if you look at it from the girl's perspective, the movie is creepy as hell, but from the guy's perspective, it's supposed to be super romantic.
Right.
And so it's like...
And, I mean, I know about the scene you're talking about. So what happens in the particular scene is that they have broken up. Basically, the guy goes out and then he plays the super desperately sad music on his radio, blasting out on his boombox of, I love you, I miss you, I want you back. And it's like they just had this huge breakup. It's like the answer was no. And if you really look at it from her perspective, that's gross as crap. But the movie, the framing of the movie is supposed to go, but you're supposed to feel sympathetic towards the male character.
I would say, because, I mean, it's not necessarily like her perspective in this case. It is more like from, you know, like what he's doing. It's pretty inappropriate. All right, here we go. Elijah Martinez. Tell us about him.
At 18 years old, he's 6 feet tall, or 182 centimeters. Centimeters. I want centipedals. All right, instrument played, the saxophone. He doesn't have any extra scenes. We were very sad. Elijah is liked by others due to his kind nature. That other new guy seems cool too, but he simply has better things to do right now. Or can he help?
He doesn't realize that, one, the instrument is an instrument, and two, that it's trying to date him.
Honestly, it's an interesting thing of being like, why would you want to, like, is that basically the only translation maybe they have, or is it just sort of like the language uses of going, we need to go aggressively go after you, whatever this looks like, just to be near you.
I want to be close to you, whatever that is. You know what? That's actually a thing, and sometimes people can be like, I just want to be near you, and defining what that is can look like very, very different things. But a lot of times in American culture, it's like, that's a crush. It needs to be romance.
Right?
I love the principal.
He's my favorite. He's
all right,
so
there's
good.
an extra scene. Yes!
Yes! His name is Ivan Principal.
Oh, it's okay.
Mostly because he's principal.
But it's Mr. Principal,
yeah.
but Ivan Principal. Okay.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I love that he's Ivan. All right.
49 years old, I'm 6.1 feet tall. Hobby has been a principal.
So, you know what I love about this? Principal is not his job, it's his hobby. It's his professional hobby, which is so great.
You are such a wealthy man.
He really is.
I feel like we should probably eat
weird,
you, but it's
very nice. But no, he's trying to do good things. And you know what? He adopted 5 beautiful sons, so he is contributing.
So don't talk to me and my 5 beautiful sons ever again.
Yes! He is contributing to the economy. All right. A weird but very nice man. He has more info on the whole instruments turning into human thing. He takes his time to explain his new sons to explain to his new sons everything about this. He loves his sons. He does. I'm gonna do this.
He really does.
Well, actually, we should do the guitar first. Dang it. It's okay. Then we wrap it all up.
Yes.
It's all right. Let's do it. All right, Principal. Ivan.
Where even to begin? It's been such an eventful past few days. First of all, I think our theory still holds. Just like the other cases, the musicians in question
Yes.
were feeling some sort of sadness or some kind of loss. And after that, the instrument was given life.
Okay, I just love the cases as a pun. The other cases. Anyway, go ahead.
Pretty good. I do think it's the first time so many at the same time turned human, though.
Yes, all at once. You must have had a lot of sadness in your goddamn.
Hang on. You are actually literally involved in this. We had those 2 guitars turning together several years ago, and even one time, 3 at a time.
So this happens frequently at this school for reasons.
It's a weird bunch. It would be hard to make a good song with just those instruments.
Nothing but guitars.
It's true. There is also an electric guitar, but he didn't turn. Probably due to the lack of a musician.
Do you have an ulterior motive if I'm running this school to slowly turn instruments into people?
Don't do it. You're going to touch the screen.
I wasn't going to do it. All right, it's fine.
Okay. I gave my files to Ms. Great. Now she's not married anymore.
She wasn't married before. It was Miss. It was Miss, though.
No, I know it was Miss. That's why I'm going.
And
Ms.
now it's Ms.
Isn't Ms. supposed to be when you?
Ms. is undeclared.
Okay.
Mrs. is married. Miss is unmarried, and then Ms. is undeclared.
So interesting thing for me culturally, whenever I was growing up, the way that it was. I want to say subtly, because it was one of those guess culture things that I had to basically figure out of going, I assumed that basically Ms. Gray, M.S., tended to mean actually that you were divorced.
Right.
Because only people used that in
your
reference.
Experience.
And it seemed like, in my experience, people who were divorced or previously married. So like they were widowed or whatever it was. Like it was interesting for me in the religious background that I had, that was the only time I ever saw that used.
See, and what I understand about it is that it's basically a relationship neutral statement, where the other ones state you are not married or you are married. Ms. says I am a woman not defined by my relationship status.
Except for the fact that also what I'm confused by is going like, okay, so where is basically the guy version of that?
Right.
Women are the only ones, if you are
So
going
as
with a
far as I
binary...
understand, there is none, because Mr. does not imply husband or not husband.
It doesn't.
There is no, like, honorific prefix for men that says I'm married or unmarried. As
Or
far as I
I'm
know.
undeclared or unavailable.
Well, like I said, married or not. As
Yeah.
far as I know, there isn't that distinction at all, because in history, the only thing that mattered was the woman being attached, not whether a man was or not, because the man is obtaining social ownership and the woman is becoming owned.
Right.
Not to be super negative about it, but that was literally how it worked.
Right.
All right, anyway,
She was interested in them, and who am I to decline her the info?
the info.
I'm really good principal. Oh no! When she returns them, I will add these 5 new instruments to the files.
Yay.
I still have the history of their instrument bodies here somewhere.
Where I bought them, where they came from, who knows?
Seems most of them are second-hand.
Ooh.
The only brand new one is the violin.
Who has maybe less personality potentially than the other ones.
Oh, that would be an interesting character
If their
development.
personalities were more about their first users than their newer ones. Fascinating. I would be curious. I would be very curious
Does
about
that mean that you're going to be dating basically like a sort of like persona? Here's my instrument sona.
Oh no!
And so like, and now they've become manifest, they've become real, and now these kids are dating somebody's instrument sona.
Oh
my God,
Or at
that'd
least here's someone inspired by me.
Right?
It's an OC inspired by me.
Right? You'd be like, you look up the old people, you go like, whoa.
You seem to have a lot of the same interests and general behaviors.
And
All right.
characteristics and physical
Who
appearance.
knows?
But the most important part is that they now live with me.
I get direct exposure.
I'm glad I still had those connections at the adoption agencies. All hard work for a mansion finally pays
All
off.
the hard work for a
All
mansion.
the hard work. All the
Finally
hard work
paid off.
for a mansion finally paid off. We can finally fill the rooms.
He's so excited. He's just delighted.
You could do that really easily. You just go out and go find some homeless people that need some space.
Or people who can't afford their space very well.
It's
you know?
true. It took them some time to get used to being a family, but I think they really like staying with me now.
That's
Who are you
adorable.
freaking talking
You're
about?
all brothers. We're what? It's fine. You'll
At
love
least
it.
I hope so. I got to know them a little bit better over time, too. Frankie, the piano guy, he woke up first, so is kind of viewed as the leader by the others. Like the oldest brother.
I'll just help them with this dynamic. It's fine.
I can see he has a little bit of trouble seeing his musician playing someone else. I wouldn't know what that feels like, but I can imagine it's not very fun! No! He actually shows some of the same personality traits as another piano-turning human. So
Maybe
there's-
your personalities are based on your instrument rather than anything else. It's just saxophones are kind of like this.
That would be interesting.
Or if it's more like saxophones made in this country
Also-
are kind of like this. Your American
that-
saxophones are very regionally different.
But also, like, for me, I'm going, okay, so we really are going to be making band geek stereotypes here?
Oh,
Because
God.
that's so bad and so funny at the same time.
It's so good.
Hello!
I love it.
They're okay, so we're all saying they all act like Mario now. It says, sure, Frankie is an upright piano and he was a grand piano, but I see similarities. The second to wake up was Joseph. Yosef. The saxophone. He was played by another musician before this, so he knows a bit more about being played. Not as much as George, though. That glockenspiel apparently has been played by a lot of random people in a music class. They were all children, too.
Poor kid.
Poor
I mean,
kid.
there is always this thing if everyone comes by and goes bing on any like glockenspiel or like xylophone ever. You walk past and you're like, I need to ding it.
Are we
Period.
sort of like making like relationship? Like, I know this is not a one-to-one, and again, I totally understand this is fictional, so this is not me trying to imply going like, oh, this is reality. You were just in and out of serial relationships all the time. But it was
I
be like,
imagine this is more not like these are all relationships, but
Right.
more like you're just not being treated seriously
Ah.
as an instrument. They're a bunch of kids, so unless they're all taking active lessons, trying to engage and play you well, you're not being used to your full potential.
what I'm saying though is using this kind of as a springboard though for like being in though relationships where people never took you seriously.
And it could be a metaphor in that direction for sure. And it kind of has that possibility, definitely, of going. This could be basically a bunch of people have all just been like, oh, you're interesting for about 2 seconds, and walked
Right.
away and never taken you seriously.
And then abused you.
And a lot of them were basically children. They were immature partners. If it's a metaphor. On the other hand, if it's not a metaphor, or if it works as both, because literally you can do both, it's basically going, he's never been taken seriously as an instrument, and children aren't bad, but they don't make you feel like you have an equal partnership.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is also probably why he seems like the one who's the most immature of the group, but also I like that sort of connection. but I'm also kind of saddened by it because I also understand it, of the association of pink. Like,
Right.
the fact that he's pink is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, so now you've got this connection for him. Sorry, I'm going off because I think I actually like the Glockenspiel.
Yeah, he's
I'm kind
adorable.
of with somebody else who was like, I like the principal a lot. And I'm like, the Glockenspiel is also a really good one.
Yes.
Because, like, character-wise, there's a lot of basically, like, some implied amount of, nobody ever took you very seriously. And now you've got the pink color, which a lot of people have dissed on, especially if you were ever forced gender-wise to express why you can only wear pink.
And
like,
it's
damn.
not, and also if it's a feminine color, generally feminine ideals, feminine opinions, feminine expression are taken less seriously, at least in American society. And we know this isn't based in America, but that would be more of our interpretation.
Right.
Anyway.
Second to last to wake up was Antonio. He as well as I like that he calls him Antonio. I really am. Personally,
Like,
I'm
use
kind
his
of
name.
tired of people going, his name is Tony.
On the other hand, wasn't it the Glockenspiel that actually just said, Tony?
Yeah.
Like, he also
Well,
shortened
didn't
it.
one of them also go, like, just call him by his name?
I know at least one of them shortened it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember which one, but anyway.
It might have been
Seemed
the
like a
Glockenspiel.
typical violin. Ah, you're such a typical violin.
He seems like a typical violin, though he shows a bit more problems being around humans. Probably has something to do with him being brand new. I'm gonna write that down. Yeah. Last one is Tom.
So it was
We had-
second to last.
Yeah.
All right,
Last one is Tom. We had a drum set turning human before. Let's hope he's not similar to that guy.
Oh, dear.
What are we saying about drummers?
I mean, Tom's very enthusiastic.
It's true.
But who knows what he's saying about that guy?
right?
Let's find out.
Honestly, the history is very interesting here. I like the subtle world building. It's very fun.
Oh, we talking about like being intense and like over the top kind of thing?
Like
He seems
maybe
really-
really dark.
Maybe dark, or maybe like in the way that we talked about him having some like light stalker behaviors of just being completely obsessed with this person kind of thing. I would just stare at you the whole class.
Right.
Going, he's like, he seems happy-go-lucky. He doesn't seem that kind of intense. And so it could be like basically nodding in that direction.
Maybe. I mean, some of the levels.
But I believe this is supposed to be vague.
socially, some of those things of going like your social markers are going, no, but he's really nice, he's really friendly. But a lot of people go, well, they don't mean any harm. It's like, yeah, but that sometimes starts to be an excuse for more dangerous
can.
behaviors.
On the other hand,
So-
again, I think at this point it's supposed to be mysterious, and we're supposed to find out later basically what it is, or just implied think about this character.
Absolutely, and I am curious. Consider me interested. Absolutely.
I also love that our principal wears a headband. It charms me.
He's very cute.
He is adorable.
It says it. Happy-go-lucky. I didn't read that, but thank you.
You did. You said happy-go-lucky. He seems like a happy-go-lucky guy.
Did I?
That's the discussion the whole time.
Oh.
He seems happy-go-lucky.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah, it's
remember
okay.
if I read
You got it. You got it.
Really? They're all good kids.
Aww.
You would have loved them. Who are you
Oh
talking?
no,
Is
there's
this-
a mystery. There is a mystery.
Oh, somebody died. Oh, it's
Oh, did you
partner.
have a partner?
Aw.
Did you have a partner and you didn't have
Aw.
kids and you're like, look at all these instrument kids that I have gone through. And,
Hang on, we got one more.
We got one more.
We
It's
got
just
one more.
Fred. Fred. Come on, Fred.
Very cute.
Fred Principal.
Eight.
Maybe 18 years. Height, guitar height. Yes. Instrument guitar. Curly
Curly
played
played
So she
Jillian.
does play him. No extra scene. He loves walks on the beach and rock music.
What? Hang on. He hates everyone in the stupid ass club, keeping him in the closet for what? Like 5 fucking months? Everyone knows the guitar is the best instrument and essential in any kind of band. Miss me with that stupid ass glockenspiel shit. He's a little bitch. Don't get me started on the others. What are they even?
Oh my god, he's so aggressive in his brain! Oh my god, that's amazing!
Wow, I
So
wonder-
if you didn't catch that, there's faded text behind the he loves walks on the beach and rock music. It's like the, what'd you like to eat? The souls of the innocent. A bagel! No! 2 bagels! That's Fred. That's Fred.
Excellent. Well, honestly, I
That's
gotta say,
amazing.
I'm super excited. So, if you guys enjoyed this is fantastic. Please feel free to go support the individual who's making this.
Yes!
Like, oh my gosh, this seems like a great fun. And like we've said throughout this whole thing, we've been hesitant with some games before, and we've definitely been playing some games where we've been like, my god, I do not trust the writer. In this case, I'm gonna go out on a limb and going, I'm definitely optimistic and going,
Yes.
I'm gonna trust the writer, because there are some things that have been popular where I'm like, this is really great. You're addressing really interesting things, but also in some ways being like, I'm not gonna get hung up too much in them. So it's nice.
It's also got that nice soft world building. Well, it doesn't matter how and why the science of instruments come to life. It's just that's how things work sometimes.
Right?
And you're fine with that. In the same way that Luna Lovegood was the best piece of soft world building in all of Harry Potter, in my opinion. Basically, she just knew things because. And you never had to know why the because was, because she was mysterious enough that because was fine.
Right.
And so, like, the soft world building helps a lot of things where you go, I'll take that for a given because none of us ever think about, the characters don't even think about how it works. It just happens.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And when you work from those kind of parameters, it helps suspension of disbelief a lot with the individuals involved.
Well, gosh, dang, guys, we really appreciate you being here with us. I'm a little bit thrown off because I'm like, wow, this is much shorter. But thank you very much for joining us, especially during this time where it's the coronavirus.
Yes.
We hope you're all staying safe and keeping on that social distancing thing, and we are happy to be here to help you do that because we completely understand sometimes it's very difficult where you're like, God, I'm just restless and want to do something, want to talk about something. We are definitely here. So, again, thank you for joining us. If you feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. We also got links down below to Ko-Fi and Patreon because
if you are interested in financially contributing,
yes, and supporting us and kind of our goals here at Lies and Scandal
and some of the games we'd like to play.
Absolutely, and it was great playing with you. So I have been Scandal,
and I have been Lies, and it was great playing with you. Bye.